There are bottles I'll always grab when I see them, and a few I'm still chasing every time I go into a store. Tonight I'm sharing my 2026 bourbon hunting bottle list. Yo, what's up? It's your favorite small barkeep here. Today, I want to dive into the bottles I'm hunting in 2026. So, we're already in March, and I already missed out on a few bottles. So, let's dive into the bottles I'm going to be hunting through the end of the year. And I'm going to include some that came out already. Hopefully, I can get lucky and find those. Maybe a second run comes through or something. But, yeah, let's look at what I want to hunt this year, 2026. So before I do that, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know how much it helps the channel. And then also hit me in the comments, what bottles are you hunting this year? I know you got something on your list that you want to find. Let me know. Let's talk about it, see what we can get. So hunting for me, I've been fortunate since I've had the channel. I've met a ton of cool people, lots of people willing to help. I get people that are hunting and letting me know when they're finding things and, hooking me up. So that's been a huge benefit of me having the channel. That's not why I do it. I just love to do this. It's fun. Whiskey is a great hobby for me. But that's just one of the side benefits I've had from having the channel is the generosity of the whiskey community. So, all right. So 2026, there's quite a few bottles I'm hunting. So let's start off with a couple that have already dropped that I have not found yet. All right, so first on my list in 2026 is the newest batch of 1924 from Old Forester. I had a bottle. I traded a bottle to a buddy that really wanted it. I gave a bottle to another buddy who's been super generous with pours, like sharing BTAC level and, crazy pours with me. So I hooked him up with a bottle of 1924 that I found. But I don't have one on the bar currently, so that's one I want to hunt this year, 1924. I've heard this year's batch is great. 1924, Baby King of Kentucky. This is one I've been hunting every year and I haven't had any luck, and that's the A. Smith Bowman cask strength bourbon. This is like a East Coast distillery only exclusive, essentially. Every place that gets it out here sells it at secondary prices, which, it's not crazy. Usually it goes about $300, $400 on secondary, but, I'm not interested in paying that amount for a bottle of whiskey. So they have a lottery every year. I signed up for the lottery the last 2 years and didn't win, but if I won, I'd be willing to fly out to the distillery to pick up my bottle. I've tried it a few times. It's very good. Still on the hunt for an A. Smith Bowman at a reasonable price. All right, next up, we got a couple from Brown Foreman. We already had a couple more here. So, King of Kentucky, they released a small batch version this year. Reviews have been pretty poor, but since I'm never going to get one of the magical King of Kentucky single barrels, I thought I might have a chance of getting one of the small batches. So, I'd love to find one of those at a reasonable price. Just to try it out. So, King of Kentucky. And then also coming out from Brown Foreman this year, they have batch 2 of the JD14. And I don't know what batch they're on the Jack 12 or the Jack 10, but I love myself some Jack Daniels. So the new 14-year Jack Daniels batch, the 12 and the 10, always on my hunt list. So shout out to the website Breaking Bourbon. That's where I always go to find my release calendar. So if you haven't already checked them out, definitely check them out for the release calendar. That's what I'm using for this video today. All right, these next 2 bottles are 2 more bottles that I've been hunting since I got into the game and haven't been able to find either of them. So first is from the Heaven Hill Heritage Collection. This year they're releasing a 22-year-old cask strength bourbon. I doubt I'm going to be able to find it, but, I'm going to give it my best shot trying to find that bad boy. Heaven Hill 17, one of the most famous from that collection, goes for like $1,000 on secondary now. So hoping I might get lucky and get out of the 22 year before they all get grabbed by flippers and stuff. So I love Heaven Hill, so super stoked. Hopefully I'll at least get to try it, but hopefully I also find myself a bottle. And then another one, I love Michter's, and I've yet to have a Michter's 10 Bourbon, so I would love to find a bottle of the M10 Bourbon. I've had a bottle of the rye. I killed it a long time ago. It was delightful, but not had a chance to. I mean, I've tried the bourbon, but haven't had a M10 Bourbon on the bar yet, so I would love to find one of those for a decent price. All right, next on the list is kind of an obscure one, I guess, but I'm hoping that it maybe has it's kind of a special release for them since it's the 10th in the series, and that's the Remis Repeal Reserve 10. So the 9 came out last year, and the 9 was delightful. Not as good as the best one of all time, which was Remis 5. So I was just kind of hoping that when they got to Remis 10, they might do something super special again and come out with another banger, but either way, most of the Remis Repeal I've enjoyed, so Remis 10, I'm looking forward to that one, hoping that maybe it relives the glory days of the Remis 5. All right, well, it wouldn't be a Samoan Barkeep video if I didn't have at least a couple of Buffalo Trace bottles that I'm hunting. So I've still yet to complete my Weller Rainbow. I'd love to find a CYPB in a single barrel. So I've had all the rest of them on the bar, but no CYPB or single barrel. Love to find one of those. And then also the every year is BTAC. I would love to have another bottle from the BTAC collection. So I've had a Thomas H. Handy on the bar that we killed. I've had a GTS, so maybe a ER17 or a WLW or even the new EH Taylor, if that's an annual release. I'd love to try any of those, get one of those on the bar. I've never had any Pappy on the bar. I've had a Lot B, but and that was thanks to my buddy Randy hooking it up. But Pappy 15 I gotta try this year. Freaking delightful. So love to have one of those on the bar at some point. But luck of the draw. We'll see what happens this year. All right, and last on the list, I love Penelope. I love everything they're doing. I have the 15-year, 17-year, 18-year American Light Whiskey, and I think this year is the 20-year. So looking forward to hopefully finding that 20-year to add to my collection of American Light Whiskey from Penelope. I love that stuff. So, that's another one on my list is that 20-year. So there you go. Some of the bottles that I would love to find this year. Every year I find a few bottles I've never seen before, so that's part of the fun of the game is just hunting and getting lucky here and there. So I'm always grateful for whatever I can find. But looking forward to finding some of these at least. Hopefully we'll see what happens. As always, good luck on the hunt. Hopefully you find some great stuff this year too. There we go. That's all I got for the day. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Cheers.